All right, are we ready to get started? It is 11 o'clock and we have an appointment at 11 o'clock, so let's get this party underway. All right, welcome Keller Williams executives. We got a few folks in the room, thank you. And we got some coming in right now. Kretzer Life is coming in. And let's start with some gratitude. So my first piece of gratitude today is gonna be towards our agents. William, you were one of them who went to the new construction hard hat tour yesterday. It was awesome. It was a great opportunity to go see, touch, smell, be able to have some tangible product we can look at on new construction in Denver. And I know that was greatly appreciated by Deborah Guy, who's been pounding at it and trying to figure out what can she do to help her, satisfy her builder and give us an opportunity as well to have some education around new construction. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. Keep an eye on the calendar because there's more to come with that. And let's go ahead and get this started and pass it off. So where else? Hey, there's Josh. And we got a little miss there as well. Awesome. What's some other gratitude we have? So let's start gratitude success. Who wants to take it away?
I'll jump in.
There you are.
On the hard hat tour yesterday, I went through a later group and it was just a great opportunity, like you had said, Patrick. Being able to see that, learn about the opportunity that's there in that up and coming neighborhood. It was just a great experience, and I'm still flying high from it today. So appreciate it.
Good deal. Well, thank you for going too, Brooks. We appreciated seeing you there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. What's another one? Another gratitude. That was great. William.
I'm just thankful for you, Patrick. I don't think you get enough accolades for all the special things you're doing for us during this time. The trainings, the guest speakers, the opportunities to stay involved like yesterday. So I'm just grateful that you're always throwing stuff in front of us to help us as individuals and as business owners. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. Appreciate that. Well, let's just go ahead and close the meeting down then. So I'm good. Just kidding. Let's keep going. What's another one? And one more gratitude. We'll punch into listings. So one more gratitude.
I'm thankful for Henry and pizza.
Yes, there we go. Henry and I are sharing a direct eye contact now. We're like, there we go. All right, hey.
You guys stay home, I'll eat the food.
There we go. I know, right? You take it away.
I'm grateful for the opportunity that has been bestowed upon us by Patrick and Debbie, for my team, the cash team, to be here with you all. We had an outstanding August for our team, and some of the realtor partners that we've been able to talk to here at Keller Williams were a part of that. And so I'm grateful to be in a position to where I can grow with you all.
Fantastic. Boom. There goes the mic. All right, let's jump into listings. Thank you for landing the plane there, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. Nice, clean landing. So, upcoming listings. Let's take it away. Who's got a listing? Let's talk about. William's got two of them.
I do have two. I've got an upcoming listing. It'll be live this Friday. It is a house. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage, all new floors, all new paint, all new light fixtures. You might have some of my DNA in it because I help paint. It is $315, so a 3-bedroom house, 1,200 square feet, North Denver, $315,000, ready on Friday.
315.
315. It'll be hot. And then on the flip side, I've got a coming soon, but sellers are more than happy to entertain private showings now while they're finishing getting ready. It is a luxury ranch home in Lone Tree, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths. Downstairs is finished out with a huge kitchenette for entertainment purposes, a wine cellar. 3-car garage, Lone Tree, overlooks the hospital, right there, path to the bluffs, $985. Woo! Things are moving quick in that neighborhood too, so which is why they're willing to show it while they're still fixing a few things up.
Fantastic. Love that. All right. Awesome. Thank you, William. And I think we're down to 6 or 7 awesome so far today. 8 now. So let's go with another upcoming listing. Who's got another one? Upcoming listings.
I have one on the market.
Do we have an upcoming listings? And then we'll go to that. Carol, how long has that been on the market for?
I think it's been on for 9 days.
Okay, so we'll circle back to that in a little bit.
Okay.
Upcoming listings. Who has an upcoming listing?
I do.
Doug does.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
Got a townhouse over in South Park, right over here at Santa Fe and Mineral. Beautiful park-like setting in that neighborhood. It's 1,800 square feet above ground. So it's one of the bigger units in there with some finish in the basement. And it's going to go for $450 and going on the market here in the next couple of days.
Fantastic. Great job. Great job. Great job. So let's make sure, and we're next couple days is when we'll go live on that.
Yep.
So are they doing previews in the meantime, or?
No, we
Nope.
got some staging and stuff to do. So.
All right, we're getting staged up, ready to rock and roll. Love it. Upcoming listings. Kristen, take it away.
I have one. It actually went active Friday last week. Off of Kipling and Quincy, 4-bed, 4-bath, priced at $498. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
4-bed, 4-bath, the lot size.
It's just a standard house.
Okay,
So,
single family.
yep.
Fantastic. And I'm going to circle back, and Carol, I'm going to circle to you in a second. Other upcoming listings. Josh, you got one for us, buddy? And you're on mute. You want to take your, there you go.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah. So I do have an upcoming listing. It's probably going to be, let's see, it'll probably be maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. It's going to be a ranch in Murphy Creek in Aurora. If anybody knows where that is, it's kind of like Jewel and 470 area of Aurora. Doesn't back to anybody. It actually backs to a green space and then a road, which is great. It's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's almost 3,000 square feet. It's a ranch it's finished on the top, unfinished on the bottom, but it's a full ranch. So it's got a full unfinished basement. And we're probably going to be pricing that in the 375, 385 range, somewhere in there. So it's going to be a hot price point because there's nothing over there that I can see. So it'll go quick. Call me.
Fantastic. All right, and Josh, put your when we're doing upcoming listings, if you have the opportunity, put your contact information in the chat there, and then that way we can quickly dive into that. All right, other upcoming listings. Any other upcoming listings? Going once, going twice. Carol, take us away. Tell us about this home.
All right. It is a 3-bed, 3-bath with an additional 2 non-conforming bedrooms in the basement. Huge backyard, pear tree, Columbine Knolls, nice area. 540, and can't think of anything else.
All right, motivated sellers. We're 9 days on the market, right?
Yeah, they are motivated. They would like to get it under contract as soon as possible.
All right, let's get her an offer. So I saw Jackie just jumped on. Hey, Jackie, upcoming listings. Any others? Now we're going to go. Yes, you do have an upcoming listing. Fantastic. Tell us about it.
It'll be a townhome, North Parker Road, in Denver. And it's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's 230.
Garage. Do we have a garage? Question was asked.
No garage, no,
Oh,
but they do have a cover, cover, how do I say that?
Covered parking. Okay,
Covered
carport.
parking, yeah.
All right, and that's
But no
230.
garage.
All right, fantastic. And then when is that coming on the market, Jackie?
We are getting pictures, so maybe next week. I'll say beginning of next week.
Beginning of next week. All right, let's get some buyers in there. Fantastic. Other upcoming listings, real quick, and then we're going to jump to price improvements. Price improvements. Do we have some motivated sellers out there? Price improvements. Do we have any price improvements?
The one Patrick, the one I just told you about, we just came down 10,000. It was 550, now it's 540.
Hey, so we got a price improvement. I love it. All right, so let's get a buyer in there and take advantage of that. We're motivated and ready to rock and roll. All right, moving, and we're gonna move kind of quick today. So buyer needs. Do we have any buyer needs that are out there? Ooh, we got hands going up. All right, Kristen and then Jesse.
So I've got a buyer looking for Highlands Ranch up to 600. They need a main floor master. It can't be just a regular bedroom. It has to be a master, with a decent sized backyard. Up to 600. And then I've got a buyer in Aurora up to 400. They'd like minimum 3 beds, 2 baths, single family house.
All right, fantastic. Jesse, take it away.
I'm looking for a 3 or 4 bedroom ranch with a 2 or 3 car garage. A bigger garage is what they want. Walkout basement if you can have it.
Jesse, we may have to have you raise your volume just because it's hard to hear you.
All right, and they really want RV parking if they can have it, and that's brick as well. So
Okay, got brick RV price point
up to 650.
up to 650. Okay, are they area specific?
Yeah, Denver, Centennial, Lone Tree, or Highlands Ranch, somewhere south. Near
Okay.
the airport, preferably Centennial Airport. We can get.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Kristen, did you have something you were gonna?
No.
No. Okay. Doug?
I still have the same buyer need, looking for a ranch property on this west side of town. Golden, probably farthest to the north. They want a unique neighborhood. I think I got her to go up to about 700,000 now. We need a ranch, and she doesn't want to be in a cookie cutter neighborhood.
All right. Non-cookie cutter ranch 700. William?
Buyer need townhome with a garage up to 390
I might have one.
around the I-25 corridor.
I might have
Woo, there we go.
Yes.
one.
And
Somebody has
done.
a house and I will- yeah.
They want a house in
Fantastic.
Lone Tree.
Huh?
They want a house in Lone Tree. A ranch.
If it's under 400.
So 985 might be a little bit of a stretch
Right,
on
yeah.
that one.
Sell them the basement.
There you go. All right. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, buyer needs. Buyer needs. Do we have some buyer needs?
We have a request for Josh. You were talking last week about new construction, and I have some people that are reaching out and looking for new construction between 5 to 550-ish in Southeast Parker, kind of Lone Tree area. Anyways, I just had questions about that. If you could reach out to me maybe after through Facebook or something, that'd be awesome. Or I could put my number in the chat below, but I know that you said you knew some stuff about that.
Perfect. All right, Josh will do that. Awesome, Brooke. All right, buyer needs. Do we have any buyer needs?
I have some investors looking. If anybody has any fix or flip properties or investment properties, like up to 650, I've got a couple of investors that are looking for about 5 properties to close this year. So if you have
Fantastic.
something, let me know.
Right on. Excellent. Excellent. All right, last go around on buyer needs before we move forward. All right, we're moving. So Henry Russell.
Yes.
With the cash team, with Movement Mortgage, come on up and share the knowledge, my friend. Let's give Henry a round.
With pizza.
With pizza.
So yeah, so every week we're going to be sponsoring food for you all. So those of you that want to come in and see us and be with us, there's great energy in this room, and I've always found that belly to belly is always the best. So would love to see all of you here at some point, but we will continue to do that. So today, or actually last week, we started a new individual, Brianna Collette. Some of you may have met her in my office. Some of you probably have just seen her walking around. Today's her big test, so she's taking her MLO test today. So send some good vibes her way. She's going to be here every day though, so she'll be here Monday through Friday in that office. So if you guys have questions, if you have needs and things of that nature, she's going to be here on site every day, 8 a.m. Usually 8:30 to 5. She's going to be here. So we'll be able to try to give a little bit better touch point for you all throughout the week. A couple things I want to talk about today, rider signs. So I'm not sure if any of you are using rider signs with some of your lenders that you already have. The purpose of the rider sign is so that if someone calls us, you're going to actually get more leads out of that one house. So if someone calls us about the house and we get them pre-approved, they go back to you. So we don't give those leads to any other person. So if I have a rider sign on one of your listings and we receive phone calls on it, that application will go to you. That will be your buyer. That's who we will introduce you to. So just so you know, if any of you want, we have 3 different types of rider signs to go just on top. We don't do any of the yard signs. I kind of feel like the yard signs are not what people want as far as that's concerned. So we do have all the 3 different sizes for you. The other thing is that I take down all your stats on listings because obviously I pre-approve people myself. So I do have people out there actively looking. Obviously not all of them are Keller Williams agents, but I'm sure that doesn't matter if I can bring a borrower to you to buy your house. So please keep that in mind. We will be writing those down, and I will be reaching out to you if there's someone that I believe could be a good fit for you. So there is a purpose for me being here, is I'm trying to see if there's anyone that I can match to listings that you already have. Let's see here. Last couple of things. Turn time. So obviously you all probably have lenders that you work with already. I'm just going to try to give you a general status of lending right now. We have seen an uptick in turn times just due to the volume. Because of the fund refinance thing that we talked about last week, which isn't this board, but was on the whiteboard, we've actually seen turn times go up a little bit on purchases also. So if you are writing a contract, I would definitely check with your lender before you write anything under 30 days. Okay. Myself, luckily, our team is only 2 blocks away from this location. So we can still offer 25-day closes right now. So if someone has a quick close that they need to do, we can still offer that. But I would definitely reach out to your lender before you write a contract and find out for sure that they can do a quick close. All right. That's all I got for you. Thank you.
All right. Great job, my friend. All right. Let's have some fun. So, just thinking about this, and really, when we look at the last 90 days, when we look at the month of August, many of us have felt like it was May in August. What did you specifically notice, and this is an active question, what did you specifically notice that was going on in your business and in your world in the month of August? August is behind us now. So what did you learn? What did you do well? Let's start there. I love it because I will call on everyone if we don't have participation. So what did we learn? What did we do well? Month of August. What did you see out there in the month of August specifically? Specific to August.
It's gotten busy.
Say that again?
It's gotten really busy. If you're not busy, that's 100% on you.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, it's okay.
Truly,
It's a safe
a lot
spot,
of the
right?
agents that I'm talking to are either they're like, nothing is happening, or I am so slammed I don't even know what to do.
Sounds like
It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
So if when everything happened, you kind of sat back and said, I'll wait for this to be over, you're catching up now. So
if I was to look specifically into your business, and you're really busy now, what were you doing? What were you doing for the 90 days prior to that?
yeah,
Right?
doing care calls. It didn't
Okay.
really, none of it really had, well, I wouldn't say none, but the biggest majority of it didn't have anything to do with calling and asking for business or anything like that. It was calling and texting and doing all the care calls, because then business naturally came in, or people ended up having a hard time because of what was going on. You've already established that connection again for them to reach out to you. And so, and then having more purposeful conversations with bringing in new investors and turning people into
Sure.
investors, because of there's going to be a lot of opportunity. And so business still happened. You just had to have kept working.
I love that. All right, there's a good defining point to that. Absolutely. What's another one? What's something else that Josh is doing a deal right now? So what's another thing that you noticed here in the month of August? August 2020. Did we see something? Okay, Chris says multiple offers and lots of competition, writing many contracts for our buyers to get a property. Ooh, there goes Amber. The office set an all-time record in contracts written. Woo, there's one for August.
It's been kind of funny too, where Jamie and I were talking about this, how some properties that you're like, this is gonna get so many offers in like 24 hours, and then it just sat and like hardly did anything. Or it was a properties that are like, this one's gonna take a hot second, and then it was kind of the
Anomalies.
opposite.
Yeah.
So it seems a little bit more unpredictable.
Okay.
Some of that kind of stuff where you're like, that is not what I thought was gonna happen.
Okay, so it was a little unpredictable. I think that's fair to say, right? I mean, has this year been unpredictable?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little. So we'll just keep that theme going. I love that though. That you're right. We as a leadership team, for contracts written at 76 contracts written, we didn't see that one coming. We did and didn't, right? And it showed up. We know that the contracts written will now lead into closings, which is your GCI, right? So that's great. A little unpredictable. William.
Yeah, I know you say you didn't see it coming, but look, 76 in August. So same thing, go back 90 days. What was the office doing for us agents to make sure that 76 could happen? And I was going to say the same thing. All of my clients that I'm working right now came from those actions I did in April and May. So it's the same thing. And most of those actions motivated me that were provided through opportunities, whether it was Bold back in May or the other, speakers that were coming in teaching us to, my new word for the year, shivot. So you both pivot and shift, you're going to shiv it.
We're going to shiv it. I love that. We
Yeah.
should make a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Shove it.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
true.
I mean, I see that correlation in our numbers based on what the office was offering us then. And what we're getting right now, if we continue to take those opportunities, we just finished Bold, now we have Mega Camp. This is September. December, there should be no excuse that we shouldn't set a record December, record January as well.
Right. Which I love the fact that one, you're paying attention to the trends and seeing that, and two, you couldn't be more right. So
if you're surprised by it, it's because you're not tracking your stuff.
And you're not taking advantage of it. If it's not
Okay.
happening to you, if it's not happening to you, and same thing, I don't mean to pull out the big guns, but if this is not happening to your business, it's because you're not participating in what the office has to offer. Because there's no excuse for anyone not to be closing deals 90 days from now because of the tools we have in our hands and the free teaching. And like Mega Camp can be free if you just do the work to get there.
Right. Sorry.
I'm kind of.
As of this, and you have
We've got some soapboxes going on.
I know.
Well, and here's the thing, right, William? You have 4 guests going to Mega Camp right now.
Mhm.
4 guests. Well, good on you, because you're going to change their world, truly. So here's a question for everyone. What's 90 days from today, Kristen Connor?
December.
What's 90 days from today?
December 1st.
Christmas.
December 1st. From today specifically, 90 days from today is December 1st. Fast forward with me for a moment on that. You're in December, right? It's now December 1st. What are your thought processes that are happening? Personal, business. Where's your headspace? Where are you at? It's December 1st. Several of us have babies. It's going to be their very first Christmas, right? Where is your mind right now for December 1st?
Patrick,
Taking time off, you need a front load.
Yes, Jody, take it away. I'll come back to
I was just going to say traditionally December is one of my biggest months, which always shocks me years later. However, it creates a just peace knowing January, February, while we're ramping up for the spring, there is a little bit of a bridge over period that I can take a breath, get reset for a year. And just backing up to what you're saying, people are antsy right now, and they're antsy about a lot of different details. And, just keep remembering we are their advisors, we're their, resource in real estate, and there's so much to capitalize on in an authentic way, whether they're acting now or acting in 6 months. It's just naturally going to come back to you when we help ease that antsy feeling they've got. I mean, it's like free business that you can take advantage of, because come 6 months from now, it's probably going to feel a lot different.
So then, Jody, being that December is one of your strongest months of the year, and this has created a pattern in your business, what are you doing today? What are you doing now, 90 days prior to December?
Just staying on top of I do 42 touches. And it's a perfect time. All the kids are back in school. There's moms and dads that have kids they just sent away to college and are struggling. The dynamics are weird with COVID. It's just as many conversations, face-to-faces, pop-bys. I always feel like at the end of the summer when my kids go back to school, it reignites me as well. And so it's how many people can I touch in a short amount of time?
So that's the activity you're taking today that's going to set up your December. Am I correct? Hearing you correctly?
Absolutely. And addressing, everybody's got different needs. So being a hunter for the answers of whatever needs they bring my way.
So, and here's something also interesting that you said, and I think, quite honestly, it's awesome. What you said about December is you kind of went through it quickly after December, January, February. It's a chance to reset, have some peace. So do you believe, Jody, and you've had, Jody, how long have you been in the business for?
I just hit 16 years 2 weeks ago.
All right, which congratulations. So we got a couple years in there, right? A couple years of patterns going on. So would you say that by doing the activities today, you're actually, if you take December out of the conversation, you just insulated your first quarter?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can track back from watching all my business. If I'm not on top of it, 60, 90 days out, I get a lapse in closings and I have nobody to blame but myself.
Okay. There we go. All right, Kristen, you were about to say something here. And Jody, thank you very much.
Yeah, and a side note real quick, Patrick.
Yeah.
We have 9,000, no exaggeration, disposable masks. That is and we got them at an affordable price. If anybody wants to do pop buys, it's I can help design the card to do something like We've Got You Covered, or something about that. If I'll try to put some information together. Look on Facebook. We don't need 9,000 masks. So
well, with a database of 9,000, Jody, we're gonna have some fun in 2021. I'll tell you that. Could you put your contact information in the chat then for everyone, and then they can reach out to you directly?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. And Kristen?
I was just, saying how if you're planning on taking some time off for the holidays, if you travel or whatever the case may be, you need a front load.
What do you mean by front load?
Get everything done beforehand instead of just being like, it's all right, I didn't catch it, but I did enough. Or whatever, because then when you're also taking that time off, you need to have some systems in place, whether it's like your 8x8 or 36 touch that are automatic. So when you're taking time off, your business is still working.
Beautiful. So then you're relying on the system to hit the goal.
Yeah,
right?
your smart plans can keep working while you take some time off. So
love that. I like to make money when I sleep, so that's just me.
Yeah.
So thank you. I love that. So, okay. Here's where we're going to go, because would you say that a lot of times when we're looking at December, when we're looking at the year as a whole, COVID, no COVID, we can have reasons or results. We can have reasons or results, right? So, and I say that being completely empathetic, by the way. And if you can create a 90-day plan that could insulate your month of December, your end of year, your first quarter, as Jody just said, what would that look like? What would your business look like? What would your Christmas look like with your family? Do you want to know a secret? November 15th is going to hit, and majority of your competition is going to stop working. Henry Russell is going like this, right? And I didn't even pay him for that one. And that's the truth. And when do they show back up, Henry? In your world, when do they show back up?
February?
February.
Yep, February.
4-month block, ladies and gentlemen. A month and a quarter to be able to press the button and press it hard. That will then insulate your 2021. Yes.
I'll tell you, as lenders, what we do during that time, we focus on refis. We call it the realtor hiatus. And the reason for that.
Could you say that again?
The realtor hiatus.
Oh, that one stinks.
We actually have lender playbooks for November through February. And that's when you're going to see all your lenders start sending things out saying things like, hey, you got to pay for Christmas. You should refi. Hey, you're paying up your credit cards. You should refi. Hey, it's the beginning of the year. You should refi. Because we know it's going to be a little tougher to talk to our realtor partners.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let that sink in. So do you want to be part of the realtor hiatus, or do you want to create your own market? That's really what the question is. Because the opportunity is going to show up. In fact, the opportunity has shown up, as we're talking about today. Deb, you and I were talking, and we were talking about don't pass the pen.
Don't give,
What is that, Deb? Like, what is that?
don't hand someone else the pen to write your story. You write your own story. Don't pass the pen. Don't hand it off to somebody else to write your story.
So who would I hand the pen to?
Anybody.
Anybody. Huh. So don't pass the pen. I love that. And you know, I was looking at this and I got all jazzed up. In fact, I'm about 100 degrees here, so I'm going to do that. Not a fever, by the way, but caffeine is hitting. All right, let's just get that out of the way, right? That's broker sitting here. So let's talk about this for a second. When you look at, now I'm going to have to adjust kind of, I don't know the best way to do this and have both. So
Amber could switch it.
Here, wait. I'll
we have an easy button on this one. I love easy buttons. Deb Connor to the rescue. Who said you didn't know technology? My goodness. She teaches me all the time. All right, so when we look at this and we go, all right, what is a 90-day GPS? First of all, what is a GPS? Please tell me that you know. Global Position System. Very true, William. And why would that be important as it in the scientific world, right? What does it do?
Well, it helps you know where you're at and where you're going to.
Exactly. So if you took the Global Positioning System into the Keller-Williams acronyms, what would that be?
Come on, wise guy.
Goals. I always told it, yeah.
Goals is one. What's the next one?
Priorities.
Yep, one more.
Correct.
Yes. All right, so if we were going to look at this and do SMART goals, another acronym, right? They're specific, they're measurable, they're accountable or achievable, they're realistic, and they're timely. So if you formed a 90-day business plan, is what we're talking about, is a one page of paper on a business plan, what would that look like? What could that help you as far as having a global positioning system to know where you're at and know where you're going? Do you believe that that could separate you from your competition? Live question.
Yes.
Right? I met with a $7 million producer from EXP last week, and I asked where her business came from, and you know what she did? She laughed. She laughed. And then she looked like she was about to cry. I'm not making this up. She said, to be completely transparent with you, my business comes from hope, luck, chance, and a wish, followed by a prayer. Does your business look like that?
Then you started salivating, didn't you?
No, I actually, Doug, I became concerned. I became concerned because I was like, how do you know where you're going if you have no idea where you're at? If you have no idea how to track where your business is coming from, how do you know to take that next step? Have any of us felt like that before? Yeah. I felt like that, right? So by having a 90-day GPS, we have templates with this. You can go to onething.com and download it. Jesse. The board's too far away. Okay, so let's go like this. All right, are we closer, Amber?
I think if they do speaker view, they can see it bigger.
Got it. If they do speaker view?
If they do a speaker view, you'll be able to see it better.
So if you take yourself off gallery and you go to speaker view, then you'll be able to see this easier, and then we will move these tables, which I'm about to move in a second. So if you looked at a 90-day GPS, that's SMART. Your goal is SMART, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. And you broke it into 3 top priorities: leads, listings, leverage. What would be important about the first one? Obviously, right? What do you define as a lead? Are they warm? Are they cold? Are they medium? Are they based on times? Or is it based on motivation? Do you have clients that love unicorns? And we have a unicorn out there that they're searching for, right? How are you backfilling that? You're looking at listings. How important are listings, especially in this market right now? Yeah, I got an answer over here. Very, right? Why? Why are they very important?
Because there's not enough of them.
Okay. Okay, so there's
Well,
not
and
enough.
it's,
Yeah.
You know, listings are always the more important one. You can have unlimited listings, but you can only have so many buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So listings is where your money is at.
When we're showing a buyer, is there a beacon of light that hits our car as we drive through Denver and it says, got a buyer, got a buyer? No. Unless I know of one. I mean, I don't, Deb, do we have anything like that?
I put a little light on mine.
You put the layout, William puts a light on the top of his. All right, here's the reality. We're secret agents when we're driving in our cars and showing buyers homes. When we have a listing, we have exposure. We have what's called market share. Market share becomes extremely important as we're in the middle of a market shift, because you're going to see the pendulum swing like this. I shared this statistic last week. Last year, and I would say we had a reasonably hot market last year, 38% of all Denver licensees didn't sell a home in 12 months. 38%. Rough numbers, that's about 8,500 agents. I guarantee you that number will be different this year. I promise you that. We're already seeing it, right, Deb? Here's the other piece. If you want to get strategic around listings, are you creating a listing inventory per month? So what would this look like if you were to create an inventory of, say, 3, 5, 10 listings per month, or you stagger them as you're going into the 4th quarter? Because what we're talking about is building out a 90-day plan, right? What we know at the end of the 4th quarter, guess who comes into town typically? Santa Claus does. Yes. Santa comes into, Jesse, help me. Santa Claus comes into town. And
Yeah, that's true.
executive buyers, right? Executive buyers come into town. What are executive buyers looking for?
Executive homes.
Listings. Right there. So if you have the listings, if you have the inventory, you have the executive buyers coming to you. Your phone rings, you don't have to make the call. What would this look like if you flipped the script? That's the power of listings, is taking it one step further. Yes, it's market share. Yes, there's more opportunity with listings and getting strategic around this. If I was to dive into Jody Walco's business in the month of December, and I was to take each December for the last 5 years, I guarantee you I will find patterns. Promise. Guaranteed. Right, Jody? She's still on here?
She's there.
All right. So now the next piece on this is going to be leverage. What is leverage? If you were to define leverage, what is that?
Could be people, could be technology.
It's okay.
Getting
People,
help, guys.
technology,
Making yourself and your business scalable.
It's help.
making
Making your business scalable, but it's help that'll freeze you to do what you do while your business is still doing its job. I leverage smart plans. I leverage coordinators. I leverage assistants. I leverage other agents. So yeah.
Deb, what would you say leverage?
It's a system that makes everything else easier and smoother.
Mic drop. All right, easy, right? Done deal. Are we taking advantage of the different leverage pieces that we have around us, personal and in our business? Model, systems, people. So if we're looking to increase our models and systems, are we taking advantage of this? Is Mega Camp leverage for your business? This isn't a promo to Mega Camp, yet is it leverage for your business? Yeah, everyone here is nodding and saying, yes, absolutely.
Well, on the inside of that, just piggybacking off of the Mega Camp, I mean, you can look at the breakouts and stuff like that that are going to be happening, and they're diving into all the systems that are given to us for free. So if you're not in there watching it, you're behind even further.
Right. Exactly. So now you're playing major catch up, right? When the opportunity is right in front of you. What could be another example of leverage?
Smart plans.
Smart plans, okay?
Yeah. Because like Kristen was saying earlier, you can use your smart plans to stay in front of your sphere while you're doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I did this text to my database over a week. It was basically, I put it on the Facebook page too. Do you have any plans to make a move? And I gave them options, and then the replies just started coming in. But that was a piece I leveraged through smart plans. And then like 2 or 3 days later, when I started getting replies, I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. And now people are contacting me.
Mm-hmm. What if we took that and went one step further? We talked about this last week, and Cindy had jumped on the call as well as Renee and talked about agent-to-agent referrals. Is that leverage?
Yes.
Yes. Are we taking advantage of opportunities that are showing up that can present agent-to-agent referrals? Are other cities dealing with what we are in Denver, right? Are there other cities right now that are rebuilding after Hurricane Laura? Yes. Are we reaching out and care calling them? What would that look like if we did a care call to a top agent in Louisiana and said, hey, I just wanted to give you a call. We're in Denver. I care about you. I know we haven't truly met yet, but I get it from a real estate side. How can I help? Is there anything I could do for you? Are we doing that? Sometimes we get so focused on the tree, we forget about the forest. This is the opportunity to look in under leverage, under listings, under leads. In fact, agent-to-agent referrals could go under each one of these, couldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
And it starts with caring. It's exactly what we talked about with care calls with our clients. Are we reaching out to agents we know? Because they need our help, guys. That's the truth, right? So let's also talk about time, because that conversation has came up quite a bit, even in this room as the meeting has gone on. Could time be leverage? Can you leverage time?
Yeah.
Yes. Can time create listings?
Yes.
Right? Can time create the leads?
Yes.
So time across the board becomes very, very important. When we will look at 90 days from today and it's December 1st, are we looking at what time we're spending on business and personal in the month of December? Should, right? So let's dive into that a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So, and for those, if you're at home, put it on the speaker view. Thank you. So, who is familiar with Stephen Covey? Stephen Covey came up with the time management matrix. And what it talked about was what's important, what's not important, what's urgent, what's not urgent. Where are we spending our time? If we look at the month of September and we looked at what can we do to create the greatest runway possible, little pilot reference there, greatest runway possible to be able to take on the fourth quarter and accelerate, right? Do what Jody's doing, have one of the greatest months of the year in December. It really dives into what activities are we doing today and where are we putting our time and our energy. So if we looked at the first quadrant, and Kristen, I'm sorry, you probably hard to see there. So under something that's urgent and important, quadrant number 1, what would be some examples? Urgent and important.
Leads you've got hot right now.
Right, hot leads, absolutely, Jody. Awesome, what's another one? Urgent and important, right now.
Listing appointment.
Listing appointment. Urgent and important.
Leverage.
Leverage, what do you mean by that, Doug?
Planning for how you're gonna leverage yourself and or your business.
Okay, so, and that may actually be quadrant 2. So we'll dive into that in a second here.
Okay.
Urgent and important.
Say lead gen, just in general. Yep.
Lead gen.
Finding new leads.
Lead gen, right? Would that be cultivating, right? You finding new, those pieces, right? A lot of times this very first quadrant here is around deadlines. It's around meetings with agendas. It's around things that we have committed to. What's that? Say that?
It's basically your GPS.
Basically your GPS, right. And we're going to tie into that. That's good. So if you looked at quadrant number 2, it's important, but it's not urgent. What would be some examples? Important, not urgent.
Training.
Right? You're right, William. Training. Okay, keep going. How many of us need to do CE credits on a yearly basis? Urgent, not important. Or not important, not urgent. Sorry, flip that around. So CE, right? We want to stay in the good graces of our broker and our community here. What's something else? In fact, GPS. So having a GPS is important. It may not be urgent, yet it's important. Another example, coaching. Coaching is important. It may not be urgent at that moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And Doug, you said something just a moment ago.
Leverage.
Leverage. So leverage pieces here, it may not be urgent, yet it's still very important, right? So what about quadrant number 3? It's not important, yet it's urgent. Deb, what do you get a lot of calls on? You're your broker, you get a ton of calls, right? Yeah, I know. I just took Debbie into a whole spin-off here. I got to bring her back, right? Come on back to me, Deb.
Urgent but not important. Well, I think bumping up against inspection deadlines, but they could be urgent. I'm not sure it goes into the not important piece is the only thing. Urgent but not important.
So could it be other people's issues? It's the fire that exists over there, but it's not our fire, right? It becomes urgent in that moment.
Yeah.
Yet, is it important? Is it here? No. Do you see the difference between those?
What kind of issues do you think of?
So if you were going to do, like, for example, scheduling a home inspection, doing things like that, it may be very urgent for that other buyer's agent who's trying to catch up on a contract to schedule an inspection, right? But is that going to fall in the first category here of urgent and important?
Not for you.
What's that?
Not for you.
Not for me, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is other people, right? Agents, whatever that looks like. It doesn't impact me, but yet it does indirectly, right? If I choose not to respond back to that email from the agent who wouldn't pick up their phone, the reason they're sending me an email now is because in their world, it's here. In my world, it became urgent because it became their issue coming forward. Does that make sense? All right, so let's go to quadrant number 4 here. Not important, not urgent. What are some examples of that?
Designing a web page, designing business cards, all the schmutz that people get
The
stuck in.
schmutz, right,
That
schmutz.
are not, that aren't gonna lead you to a paycheck in the next 4 weeks.
We are going to have some t-shirts come out of today, I promise. So designing website.
Stop the schmutz.
Yep, I just heard someone online. All right, what's another one that we have? Another one that is not urgent and not important.
Like, kind of like the outside drama, like all the BS.
Drama. Drama for your mama. Except mama's right there, so we won't give you any drama. So drama, right? How about gossip? Right? Water cooler gossip. How about surfing the internet and getting stuck in the web of Facebook?
If you're in the middle of doing business and it's not on your schedule, and that kind of stuff starts sneaking in, you're in the wrong quadrant, right? You're not working in the urgent and important.
Exactly.
So that stuff down there is never on, might be on your, like designing a website might be on your calendar somewhere, but it shouldn't be in the urgent and important.
Facebook, Instagram, all those fun little things that we can get stuck in and it never ever ends. Watching the news over and over and over and over, right? Here's what what's that?
Water cooler.
Water cooler, exactly. Here's what I would ask you. Take quadrant 3 out. Take quadrant 4 out. If you had those, if there were one quadrant that you could truly pay attention to that could impact all the other quadrants, which one would that be? Are you sure?
Yeah, well, without the stuff inside that, the other ones there's no reason for the other ones if you don't have one.
Okay.
If you don't have leads, you don't lead gen, then you have no business. There's no reason for leverage or anything else.
We got William thinking.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's
Patrick.
number 2 that can make you successful for number 1, but you can get stuck just doing number 2 over and over and over and never doing number 1. So I still think number 1's the most important.
Okay. Jody, how about for you? I heard you jump on. Jody, you there?
The 80-20 in relation to like a 411. So when you're planning out your 411, Gary Keller says, put your 20% at the top, get that done before you have the right to go on to your 80%. Well, a lot of those other quadrants are 80%. And I know when I'm working with new agents, they're like, but I have to get that done. Yes, you do. However, prioritize. And I mean, I have to keep myself, I've said before, I'm pretty simple-minded, but I make life really complex. I have to create a to-do list that is prioritized. It's not saying don't get on Facebook. It's not saying don't make a new flyer, but do it in the right order so that the guts of your business happens first.
Absolutely. So Stephen Covey says it's actually quadrant number 2 that impacts all other quadrants. And the reason is because it reduces the list of what's important and urgent at that moment. So do I agree on the lead gen and those pieces? Absolutely. Yet Covey says it's quadrant number 2. Why do you think he says that?
Heard the phrase that urgent can become the enemy of important.
Yes, Doug. Could you say that again? Because that was fantastic.
Urgent can become the enemy of important. Something comes in and it feels like it's urgent. I got to deal with it, but it's not really the most important thing you can be doing, so it can distract you.
Right. Right. What are some of the thoughts on this? Because I love that. Deb.
Urgent important to me is more of, that's the 20% of your 20%. That's highly focused, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's your money making things. That's what runs your business. That's working on your business, bringing leads in. The other pieces are working in your business, and those are the things that, yes, you've got to put all those pieces in, but I agree with Jody, that's not your 20. It is your 20%, but I think urgent and important is the 20% of your 20%. That's that highly focused activity that earns you the right to do everything else.
Mm-hmm. So here's my question for everyone. What would your fourth quarter, what would December 2020 look like? What will it look like by focusing entirely on quadrant 1 and quadrant 2 and cutting out quadrant 3 and 4 as much as you can? What would that look like? What opportunities would that create for you and your family, for your business, for your personal life? What could 2021 look like? I heard someone just jump on a second ago.
I was just going to say increased business. There's no other result you'll get than that.
So here's my request as time starts winding down. When you look at September, you have 28 days left. 28 days. When you look at September, if you focus in on the 20% of the 20%, what is one thing you could focus in on that could impact all in your world on personal? What's an action item? What's something you're going to implement this month, not any other month, this month, in your personal life that could impact the entire umbrella of your personal life, your family? Second question, you know where I'm going. What is one thing that you could focus in on in your business in the month of September that could impact all layers of your business? One thing. And this is something to internalize and really think about, because there's going to be an action item that will come out of this. Next week, we're going to share our action items. So you're going to have some homework. So one thing for personal, one thing for business. Here's what's going to be amazing. We will start seeing alignment happening all the way across throughout Keller Williams executives, even if there's variations. The theme will be aligned by focusing on one thing personal, one thing business. Sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and let's jump into what's coming up here in a couple weeks is Mega Camp. And we have a video around Mega Camp. For those who have not seen the video, we're about to launch it because it is pretty darn sweet. So Amber, take us away and we'll wrap up the meeting with that.
Hello, Keller Williams. It's Marlise, your KWRI HQ correspondent, here to walk you through the Mega Camp digital experience. Instead of traveling to Austin this year, you can attend Mega Camp from literally anywhere. There's no lines for coffee, and pants are optional. It's all possible through our amazing platform. We keep saying it's not just a Zoom call, and I'm going to show you why. You already know some of the basics of how a digital conference will work. Getting familiar with the dashboard, setting up your profile, reviewing and creating your own agenda. But I'm personally the most excited about is going to be the networking opportunity. We know how important that is for any event, and it's still possible even when we're apart. Fill out this quick questionnaire to be instantly connected with like-minded individuals to add to your network. And you can always start again and switch up your answers to reach even more folks. You'll also be able to search for people by name to connect that way, and interact with profiles you see in other areas of the conference, social feeds, and breakout sessions. Like always, you'll be able to choose what sessions to attend and when, but you can go from observer to participant by mind sharing in the live chat, up and downloading questions and comments with presenters, and keeping an eye out for any surprise guests popping in. And of course, if you miss anything live, you'll have access to the entire session video library during and after Mega Camp, so your training goes beyond this. There's so much more that's going to set Mega Camp apart from any other real estate conference this year. Tech demos, live coaching with your team every morning, getting competitive with games and prizes. But it's best if you see it all for yourself. And you won't even have to get off the couch. So join in on the fun September 14th through 17th and register for Mega Camp today.
Fantastic. All right. William, how do you get into Mega Camp for free?
You invite an agent outside of KW who is a producing agent, and they accept that invitation to Mega Camp.
How hard is that to do? You got 4 guests going.
I sent the exact same test to about 20 agents that I've done deals with. That also included other agents I have just known, but may not have done deals with yet.
So 20 texts went out. It's a 5-to-1 ratio. I'm quick on math today because of caffeine. So we got 4 guests going, 20 texts went out. How much time did that take, since we've been talking about time here?
You know what, the text is real simple, because once I did it once, I just copied and pasted it to the other guys. I probably spent maybe 5-ish minutes just sending it out, and then those who responded, probably another 5 minutes each through responses, and then setting them up in a group text with you on the next steps, basically saying, hey, this guy knows way more about it than I do, talk to him. And that's it. I maybe spent half an hour total.
Half hour total. I know Madison Peeler. Madison, are you on here? You had also rock and rolled that. In fact, William and Madison both put their, and I think William, you did, you put your text message actually on our private Facebook page. So if you want to do it even faster, jump onto our page, copy, paste, done, done.
Copy and steal everything.
Copy, R&D all day long.
I'm going to share it right now to Brooke, because she asked for it.
Perfect.
And then Brooke, when you get it, put it in the chat.
Love it. All right, awesome. And with that, so as we wind down here with the meeting, I have one request. One. Well, I had, I guess, some homework also, but one real request for you. For the month of September, don't pass your pen. Write your story. Don't let someone else write your story. This is your opportunity. September 2020 will come once in your lifetime, one time. And you have an opportunity to engineer your 4th quarter, which will then spill over and engineer your 1st quarter and your whole year of 2021. So grab the pen. Don't pass it off and write your own story, and ask leadership, ask the coaches, how can we help you write that story? How can your fellow agents, we have a family here, how can our fellow agents help you write that story? With that, you guys are awesome. We'll see you next week. Keep an eye on the calendar. Love you guys. Great job.
Amber, keep that up for just a couple minutes.
Amber's keeping it up.
So they can get that chat.